Network diagrams. We all need them, we hate to make them, and the second we finish drawing one, it's outdated. So this is an example of a network diagram for a site that I was able to generate on mermaid.js. So how this works is you edit the code and then it will create the connections on the right-hand side. You can either do it through the GUI or you could actually have the code ready. I am using a personal account. This is not a paid account, so you're able to get three diagrams for free. So in this diagram, what I'm able to dynamically generate is I have the switch name. So for example, this one is site distribution switch 01. Then it also has the switch model. And then it has the ports connecting to the other switch. So gig 101 is connecting to switch 1. Then gig 1048, it's connecting to HQ core switch. So how I'm able to do this is I am using my LibreNMS instance, which is always monitoring. So these are the three devices that I have that I'm going to use an example. So if I go into a device under neighbors, I have this information as far as my CDP, LLDP neighbor that I'm going to use. So once I have this information, I'm going to use my AI agent, or you could just make an API call. I'm going to just basically say for a specific site, so however many devices I have at a site, it's going to go collect all neighbors for that site, and then save it to a CSV file. So this CSV file is going to look like this at the end of it. So in this case, I only had 3 devices. So it's going to show me what the query device name is, what the local interface was, what the neighbor device ID is, so the neighbor's name, neighbor platform, if it's available in LibreNMS, and then the remote interface. So from this information, I'm going to run my Python script called generate network diagram. So when I generate the diagram, what it's going to do when I run this script, what it's going to do is going to give me the output that I would copy and paste into the Mermaid chart. So then I would go back to here. I already have this one set up, but I will recopy it just. So this is what it would look like. Let me go back to my code, copy this. If I remove it, it disappears. And from here, so this will be my dynamically generated network map. So the first part of this process is where I'm using my AI agent to run a query to basically get me the neighbor information for all the devices for a site. So this is my LibreNMS MCP server that has different tools. In this case, it's if it's a network device. In this case, I'm using it as a tool in an MCP server, but it could be anything that you would like to use that could give you this output. So for CDP neighbor and LDP neighbor, you might get like a Cisco phone, maybe a printer, maybe different devices that you don't want it to be included in your network map. So for example, here I'm excluding anything that says phone, printer, Polycom, Mitel. There's also a query in here where I could do a query to include cameras, which is useful just for documentation, and then included keywords, network devices like Cisco, FortiGate, Fortinet, FGT, basically anything that says FortiGates, Aruba, if it says switch. So these are specific to LibreNMS that might show up that I would like to include in my network diagram. But again, it could be anything where you get the end result would be you get it in this format as to what devices you want to include in your map. And then you would have the local interface and then the remote interface. And then you'll be able to generate the network map, which I will upload to GitHub my generate.diagram.py file. Just look at the description for the link. So I'm going to do a live demo of how I can generate a network diagram so you could see how long it takes. I could optimize this to where I do one query and then it generates the map. There is a Mermaid MCP, but this is still pretty quick. So this is my query where I'm going to say to get all my network neighbors for the location New York. This location is from LibreNMS. So all the sites have this specific location. So that's how it's able to get all the devices from that site. And then I want to save it as a CSV file. So I run this query. It's going. And then it's going to give me the output. So here it says I've successfully saved the file. So if I go back to my code, right now I'm saving it to my reports. This is the information that it generated, which has the local port, local interface, and the remote interface. So now I want to move this to where I can run my generate diagram. So let's clear this out. In here, I have hard-coded actual name of the file, so it should match. Yep. Run the query. Then it gives me network diagram MD. I copy this, then I go to Mermaid site. Let's remove this. Paste this in. This is my information. Let me close this. So in here, you could do a couple things. You could do adaptive layout, which I prefer. You could also go in and make the change as far as, how it looks. Instead of auto layout, you could change it. So it's not going to, if you have a core switch, it doesn't know what the core switch is. I'm assuming that'll take more work. For my intents and purposes, all I want to do is I want the switch name, the switch model, the ports it's connecting to. In this case, I included the option for my access point, which is my Eero device. So it shows me on the actual, this switch ISR 1100, what port is connecting to, and then port 0 on the actual Eero device. But yeah, you could format it to any layout that you want, and you could adjust and customize the layout as you choose. So that's a quick video of how I'm able to generate a network map. If you have 100 devices, the process is pretty much the same time period, so it takes less than a minute. Again, if you do it in one script, it'll probably take like 20 seconds or less. If you all found this video useful, please like and subscribe. I'll be interested to see how other people are generating dynamically site maps in their environment. I'll see you guys in the next one.